Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Sunday. Happy St. Patty's Day. Okay, guys, we have lots to talk about, lots to discuss. So before we jump into it, you guys know how this works. Smash the like button, show some love, get subscribed if you're not. We have Megan King Edmonds, who is defending Andy Cohen. We have Sheena, who's sharing a few things that have recently happened. I mean, we literally, I'm sitting here going through the lineup and I'm like, oh, we got Sheena. We have the place where Sheena allegedly hit Raquel, thanks to Vanderpump Rules Party podcast. We have Megan King Edmonds. We have a lot. So before we get into it, do all of the things. Make sure you wear green today. Make sure you drive safe. Make sure if you need to, you Uber. And it's one of those holidays, guys. I know everybody wants to have fun, but have safe fun. Let's go.
No one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
Okay, guys, so first we're going to start off with the Megan King Edmonds of it all. I don't know if you guys saw this, but thank you to Bywig Hello Drama. It said this. Megan King she talks about Leah McSweeney's lawsuit. She said, I just know that when I signed my contract to be on The Real Housewives, and I think it's a pretty standard contract amongst all the franchises, it said very explicitly, we can take whatever footage and give us, that you give us, and we can manipulate it and we can splice it and do whatever the hell we want to do with it. And you have to sign your life away and you don't sign it at all. Or you don't sign it at all. And does that make it a fair contract? She said that's a different conversation.
Has been in the news lately because of this lawsuit that has come forward with Leah McSweeney against Andy Cohen. Do you have an opinion on any of that? And
I mean, I just know that when I signed my contract to be on The Real Housewives, and I think it's a pretty standard contract amongst all the franchises, it said very explicitly, like, we can take, whatever footage you give us and we can manipulate it and we can splice it and do whatever the hell we want to do with it. And you have to sign your life away or you don't sign it at all. Yeah. And does that make it a fair contract? That's a different conversation.
Right.
The point is like, we understood we signed the contract and we're entering into this. And I think and I want it to remain fun and exciting, and I'm worried that might go away with a lawsuit like this. But if there's a bigger conversation, then the conversation should be about reality TV in general. It shouldn't be about Andy Cohen. It shouldn't be about Bravo. It shouldn't be about The Real Housewives. Sure. It should just be about the ethics of reality TV and what does that do for our psyche long term, or royalties or whatever. But this is not an individual conversation, and that makes me a little bit frustrated.
Yeah. Did you ever feel pressured to drink on camera or do things like that?
I think the pressure with drinking is the typical societal and peer pressure that anyone would encounter with drinking. If I'm going to go to a happy hour with girlfriends to celebrate a birthday, I'm going to feel like I should have a drink, right? Yeah. Is anybody telling me to? Does anybody care if I do? Absolutely not. Yeah. But that's what I'm doing. That's how I'm showing up. So I think that's a, personal willpower type of thing. Right. And people struggle with addiction and that's a very serious issue that should be, respected and honored and helped, if somebody is asking for help through that, but that's not the responsibility of production team or reality TV or anyone, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, and Andy Cohen was a great boss to you.
Yeah. He's a St. Louis guy too.
Right, that's true.
Yeah, so we both come from St. Louis. Yeah, Andy was great. I mean, he was always very, supportive and fun and happy. Honestly, so when I was on Watch What Happens Live the last time, this was, I don't know, a year ago, let's say, or less. Sure. I was on with Gina from The Real Housewives of Orange County, and we were doing the shot ski. It was Andy, Gina in the middle, and me. We take the shot, and Andy's like, oh my gosh, this is not my shot. I'm saying the same thing. And the shot ski was switched around. Wow. And Gina said, well, thank goodness my Red Bull was still the same because she was in the middle. Yeah. And Andy goes, oh my gosh. And then during commercial, he gets on the production assistant's like, you cannot do this. This could compromise her sobriety. This is a really important, it's not funny that this happened. So what I saw is Andy defending, or like standing up for a sober person on one of his shows. It's complete opposite of what I read.
Bravo.
Okay. I mean, honestly, it's good to hear all sides of this, but all right, moving on. We're going to get into the Mauricio Umansky of it all because it looks like reality blurb. Kyle Richards is said to be done with her decades-long marriage to Mauricio, obviously, and after Kyle was seen admitting on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion that years of cheating rumors had chipped away at her and made her insecure, and confessing to be curious about kissing Morgan Wade, an insider reveals that Kyle's final straw with Mauricio, well, they're sharing it, and noted that the real estate mogul isn't convinced that she and Morgan are just friends. Oy, oy, oy. Mauricio is currently sorting things out and is going to pack up and leave, and Kyle has told him that she is done with the relationship. That's what a source told the Real Housewives Zone on Instagram on March 14th. The final straw for Kyle was finding messages on his Instagram with other women. Amid season 13, Kyle admitted to feeling that Mauricio had engaged in inappropriate messages with other women on social media, which likely only fueled the insecurity she was already feeling about things being said about her marriage. Now, months later, Kyle continues to be seen with Morgan, while sightings of her and Mauricio are obviously far and few between. She's happy spending time with Morgan, which has caused a big strain on her marriage with Mauricio. Although there is no evidence that Kyle and Morgan are more than friends, Mauricio's over it. He absolutely believes there is more to the friendship than what she tells them. According to another report, Kyle is unsure if she'll return to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after going through a difficult 13th season, as her marriage problems were exposed. This season, when I was struggling so much personally and I felt like people were coming at me when I really just needed friends and support, I really thought, how can I continue to do this? Why would I put myself through this? Now, as Kyle weighs the pros and cons, money will certainly be a factor when it comes to the time to negotiate. Kyle is still on the fence about returning for season 14, but that could be a very clever negotiating tactic. Of course, Bravo and Andy Cohen wants Kyle to stay. Her storyline was way more interesting than anyone else's, which puts her in the driver's seat. Oh, okay. I mean, last but not least, I'm going to play 2 more clips for you guys. One is this.
Regret your comment about Ariana being your backup dancer. I literally meant this as a joke. I did not mean shade. I feel like often at times when I tend to be self-deprecating, it's not received well. It doesn't land. And I always look for opportunities where the show can do flashbacks. And I think that's one thing that I've been really good about in my now 11 seasons on the show, is just bringing up moments where you can look back, because it's always fun to see a flashback. So there was no shade meant by that. Ariana is an incredible dancer, as we all saw on Dancing with the Stars. That's why I asked her to be a part of my Roxy show to begin with, because I knew she would elevate that performance. And there is no way in hell I would have wanted to compete against her on Dancing with the Stars. So I just want to put that out there. That was not meant to be shade. And I'm sorry that it came out that way, because I also saw another question. Why are you trashing Ariana? And it's like, I'm not. Our friendship is very real. It existed before reality TV cameras came in the mix. You know, I'm the person who begged her to do this show with me because I didn't have any friends outside of Tom Sandoval in this group. And I feel like way past the reality show and the cameras one day, our friendship is always going to exist. She is family. She is Auntie Unicorn. And yeah, I think this season, I know because I've now seen so many episodes this week preparing for the reunion, you're going to see in the upcoming weeks how we navigate some of those bumps in the road.
I mean, okay. I'm curious to see if the fans are going to believe what she's saying or not. I mean, I can see what she's saying. It's a job at the end of the day. It's a job. I want to hear what you guys think, especially about Megan King Edmonds talking about Andy Cohen and the lawsuit, and also the Mauricio of it all, but also Sheena. So pop off in the comment section, smash that like button. Happy St. Patty's Day, and I love you guys. We'll see you next time.